Welcome, Rich Hoops Pod fans. Bradley Beal just got traded. Hold on, he just got traded to the Phoenix Suns. It happened. Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, a handful of second-round picks. What does that mean? Nobody knows. Is it 2? Is it 12? And then multiple pick swaps? You thought that them traded for Kevin Durant a couple months ago was going all in with all the pick swaps and stuff they did. No, this is it. Chris Paul is now on the watch of Wizards, who I'm assuming he's not going to play next season. But who knows? Chris Paul has a history of going to random teams and being okay enough to help them make the playoffs. Wouldn't that be a timeline? It helps the Wizards get to the playoffs before Bradley Beal and Porzingis and Kyle Kuzma. I'm at a loss. I don't know how to feel. I don't, on paper, really like the idea of Bradley, Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. Obviously, the talent is going to be the Bradley Beal is really, really good. And now that he's your third option is out of a first option, he's probably going to be even better. But I still feel like fundamentally this Suns roster is going to be messing a lot of stuff. Devin Booker has played a ton of on-ball point guard type roles over the last couple seasons. And then Bradley Beal has also played those type of roles in Washington. But I can't lie, the idea of having a real point guard for this type of team feels great, but it's not going to happen at this point. Okay, anyway, we knew that Bradley Beal had the ultimate amount of leverage. With his no-trade clause, and the Suns and the Miami Heat were the two finalists. I felt like the Miami Heat were going to get their guy. And there was another report or rumor that was saying, like, hey, if they could get Bradley Beal without giving up Tyler Herro, they was going to throw Tyler Herro on a different trade. And now this Miami Heat team looks even more different. And I don't know what the backup plan for the Miami Heat. That's not really relevant. We need to talk about these Suns because they were able to keep DeAndre Ayton out. They've got to move DeAndre Ayton in a different trade to maybe help out that depth. Hopefully, because as of right now, it's Beal, Booker, Durant, and Ayton. Then the bench has Cameron Payne, Torrey Craig. These are people that so many people are free agents. This roster is about to be extremely top-heavy, which has worked in some cases to our history, but more likely than not, unless you got 3 of the greatest of all time on your roster, you need depth. You just do, and I'm assuming that their idea is, hey, we're going to put together the scene. Maybe we move Ayton in a little bit. I guess there's yet to be seen. But if we're not going to move them, we're getting a bunch of players in free agency that are looking for that ring and some ring. Chase to dudes a la Ray Allen back in the Heat's day stuff like that. But if you're looking at the available guys, how many of these dudes have either take a minimum or close to a minimum become? Play on this team? Can you get to wipe out to say that? Can you get? I don't know. I just don't know. Matt Ispick immediately came in, and within 6 months of owning the team, 4 months of owning the team, the man has pulled off 2 of the biggest trades in recent history. The dude, the second biggest contract in the current NBA and the NBA history, just got traded. And he also traded for Kevin Durant. He's done some great things, and part of that is like the TV rights stuff. So to Max Ispich for that. But I'm a little bit afraid that he's here. He's going to continue to do this and this and this, these big old moves, and ultimately it might set them back. Now, again, you do have Kevin, you do have Devin, and you do have Brad. So best talent. But I'm a little bit afraid, man. I'm just a little bit afraid because Kevin, again, knock on wood, because we want everybody to be healthy over the last couple of seasons since that injury history, and it's, oh man, I don't know how to feel as a standpoint. I'm very curious to see how their fans are feeling, and we knew we had an idea that the Bradley Beal traded wasn't going to net you a bunch of stuff, and the stuff that you're basically getting. This Landry Shamet, who's a part of another big deal, and then some seconds and a swap or 2 down that line. But bigger than all, you wash your hands of the Bradley Beal stuff, and he was cool for your organization for the time being. I mean, he was one of the longest tenured individuals single team. Guys left in the league with him being drafted as far. What year is that? 2012, boy. That's it. Don't even feel like that long. So one of the longest tenured single team dudes, and now he's a part of the Phoenix Suns. So it should be interesting, man. Hey, listen, we only a couple days until for 80. The NBA Finals just wrapped up a couple nights ago, and here we are seeing all-star caliber. I know it's been a few years, but all-star caliber player getting traded, and now we have a new big 3. I could already see the conversations. I ain't looked on Twitter other than see the actual tweet, but the discourse around it is that Kevin can't just play ball and that he needs a big 3 to be formed or super team to be formed, and I'm beyond a switch to based on what they roster look like right now. I'd be hesitant to call them a super team. I need to see the rest of the things that they do, but they do have top ends handle out of this world. I would say if I was gonna make a prediction that is 70-30 that DeAndre Ayton does get traded, I'm just saying based on their lack of depth, I don't know how you can look at this roster and be like, yeah, this is how we're running it. It just feels like there's a deal to be made for multiple role players for sending DeAndre Ayton to a team that maybe wants to get younger or wants to take a chance on the center that may have lost a little bit of value this season. I don't really know, like, let me look at the teams again, standings, and try to figure out what team to give you some quality pieces to help build out the team. And it's changed for DeAndre Ayton. Oh, yep. The first thing I do when I check my phone is see a tweet of Kevin with Russ and James, and then him with the Warriors dudes, and then him with Josh Okogie, and now would be old, and boom. Oh, man. Okay, back to what I was talking about with the DeAndre Ayton stuff. I don't know. I'm looking at teams. The center position is one of the deeper positions in basketball. So it's hard to say who would make that happen. Now, it's making me think that he's not going to get traded. This is how they're going to roll the balls out this season. I don't really know. I'm curious. I mean, this just opens up Chris Paul because I'm assuming based on what I know right now, which is basically just to eat that we will. See Chris Paul wave bought out, whatever the rationalization of the words are. And now he's one of the high commodities on the market because there are going to be teams that are looking for a point guard caliber play. And though he's not the same Chris Paul from 2 years ago that was an all-star, he's still okay enough to be the floor general. I always say this is about Chris Paul. Even when his individual performances are going to go down, the one thing that's going to be the same is this. Up here, he's going to think the game. He's going to get you in the right spots. He's going to make the passes. And I felt like the type of point guard that you need over there in Phoenix, they thought otherwise, which we'll see if that's true. I mean, right now, this team has 4 max contracts guaranteed on their roster and nothing else. I'm shocked. I'm being honest with you. I'm completely shocked. We'll see exactly what I'm following. Well, let me know what you think. About the Bradley Beal trade to the Phoenix Suns. Do you think it's a doob? Do you think it's a L? I mean, I guess only time will tell.